Hello leaders, and welcome back to the Leader Portal and our session overview videos. During this video, we will be covering Session 6, Education. In preparing for the session, please continue to place the schedule on either a whiteboard or a poster paper and easel that is accessible to everyone. Also, continue arranging seats in a circle, as this allows for more group cohesion and participation. For this session in particular, it is helpful to already have paper, pens, George Dawson cards, and prizes already available.
This session will focus on the importance of education. Education is a young person's job, and the success or failure of it could determine how a young person experiences their future. Many who participate in FSP have difficulty in school due to failure in certain subjects, behavioral issues, self-doubt, or lack of commitment. Parents not involved in their children's education and apathy or lack of involvement can lead to barriers in a youth's academic support. The goal of this session is to engage both the youth and the parent by inspiring and committing them to reach their full potential. By the end of this session, youth will be aware of strategies used to succeed in school, and parents will become aware of how their support can lead to a children's success.
By this session, your group should have a definite plan for community service. Remind the families of the date and time so that they have it scheduled. Also, take time to distribute directions, sign up for supplies, sign permission slips, and handle any other paperwork necessary for the community service session. Next, take some time to discuss last session's homework and punch the homework cards of the families that completed it.
The first thing on the schedule is the education discussion. Hold a discussion and introduce the topic of education and have the parents and the youth discuss their feelings about it. Are the parents concerned with their child's education? Are the youth concerned with their education, or do they have any conflicts with their teachers? Do the parents attend parent-teacher conferences? Are their parents involved in their education at all? These kind of questions will lead into the first activity.
This short quiz is a good icebreaker for the youth and their parents to place more importance on education. This activity will shed light on how involved the parents are in their children's educational lives. The goal of this activity is to get parents to understand that their knowledgeability of their child's day-to-day educational activities affects their child's habits and feelings on education. Parent involvement also conveys that education is vital to a successful future. Begin this activity by dividing the group by youth and parents. Have one facilitator read the quiz to the parents and the other facilitator read the quiz to the youth. Have the parents answer the quiz questions in a way that they think their child would. Once finished, bring the group back together to discuss the quiz answers. Keep track of how many questions each family gets correct. The goal is for the parents to guess the correct answer that their child wrote down. You can award the top 3 families with a prize.
As you may recall from the training, George Dawson is a 102-year-old man who didn't learn to read till he was 98 years old. Despite his circumstances, all 7 of his children went through school and graduated from college. This video that you will show the participants is about his life and how he overcame his struggles. It's also an example of how parents and children can work together to promote school success. To get a better idea of George Dawson, read his biography, Life is So Good. This talks about the challenges he overcame to promote success in school. This knowledge will help you introduce who he is and the video that you will show. Go ahead and introduce George Dawson and show the video to the families and the youth. Once finished, pass out the George Dawson cards and ask the families to reflect on what they saw. After reflection, consider the following key points for discussion. The first point, George Dawson chose not to give up, blame his circumstances on others, or be an irresponsible and neglectful parent. The second point, George Dawson kept a positive attitude and was determined to be productive despite his circumstances. The third point is the power of education. You may recall George Dawson's two famous questions of asking his children, "What did you learn today?" and "Show me what you did." The fourth point, parents can do more to help their kids succeed in school. And the fifth, how can you be the George Dawson of your family? Go around and ask the parents how they can do this.
The purpose of this activity is to get the youth and their parents to understand how important higher education is. Use the census data and the money demonstration PowerPoint found on the Leader portal to do this activity. During the activity, you will want to foster a discussion about the following. Number 1, what can you buy per month with each salary, such as water, food, and clothing? Number 2, what can't you buy per month with each salary? Number 3, how much money would a youth potentially miss out on if they dropped out of high school? Number 4, a degree is extremely important. And number 5, although money isn't everything, we live in a very expensive world and you need money to take care of yourself. Next, make a list of expenses on either the whiteboard or the poster paper. Delineate a monthly cost to each item on the list to explicitly show how a lack of education can result in money issues. Then you will need to explain to the youth that through an education, they have a choice to either live hand to mouth or have a cushion to fall back on. They have the option to either wake up and be excited about what they do, and they have the option to make choices about their work.
To wrap up this session, have a discussion on what the families learned from this session. Encourage them to write it down on their takeaway sheets. Also, encourage the families to complete their homework for this week, which is the daily goal sheet. After this, the session is complete.